Hello my friends, welcome to my full review of the BoxyCharm from August, and I will also be showing you my BoxyCharm from September. I'm excited to show you because BoxyCharm has really been putting some super high value items in their $21 box, and I don't know how they're doing it, but it's pretty crazy. As I just mentioned, BoxyCharm is $21 a month. It is a monthly beauty subscription service where you get mostly full-size items. Occasionally you get some deluxe samples, but it's mostly full-size items from a lot of both mainstream brands and indie brands. BoxyCharm is sent to me for review, but that does not influence my review at all. BoxyCharm loves me just the way I am, honesty and all. So speaking of honesty, let's go ahead and give you an honest review of the August box. It does come in with this foam base underneath it, but it's really hard to close the box with the foam base in it because there is so much stuff in here. So let me show you what I got. First thing I want to talk about is the eyelashes that I'm wearing today. These are the Pure Pro eyelashes, 3D cruelty-free luxe lashes, up to 30 times wear. Okay, so they are dramatic. That's something I want to say. They are very, very bold. So if you're not used to wearing lashes, this may not be the best pair to try. Not just because they're bold, but for other reasons as well. The other reason is that they do have a very thick band. Not a very thick band, but a thick band. And I prefer thinner bands, especially for people that are new to applying lashes. Because what can happen with a thick band is they aren't as flexible as the thin bands, and it makes it a little bit harder to apply. The other thing is BoxyCharm didn't include any kind of lash glue. So you're going to have to go out and purchase lash glue in order to apply these. I wish that there had been just like a little mini lash glue in with this so that people that don't normally wear lashes would have a way to try the lashes without having to go purchase something extra. So that's just one critique. They're fine. They do seem to be of high quality. They seem to be lasting very long. I've worn them I think 4 times now at this point, and they look just as great as they did when I pulled them out of the box, and I am enjoying them. I just don't particularly prefer the thicker band, and they are a little dramatic for me. Next we got a set of Moda Pro brushes. If you don't know, Moda is owned by Royal & Langnickel. Moda brushes are sold at Walmart stores. This is their Pro line. They sent us a crease brush, a chisel brush, and a pointed blush brush. I did use all of these brushes getting ready today. I did have it filmed, and then I realized I forgot to turn the camera on like an idiot. So I did do a demo of these brushes, but let me just kind of give you a quick rundown. This one right here, the crease brush, is great for fluffing product into the crease. I find that because it is not a very dense brush, it picks up just a little bit of product, so it's really good for highly pigmented eyeshadows to blend into the crease, or just to use with no product on it to blend out your shadows. It's a very nice brush. The pointed blush brush, I use this for blush today. You can also use this for setting powder. You can use it for bronzer, things like that. I love the pointed shape to it because I like a deep taper on it. I like the kind of bulbous looking brushes because they pick up a lot of product, but because this one again isn't super dense, it's nice for more pigmented blushes to apply. And again, it's a very nice brush. I like it a lot. Now this one is very densely packed. This is the chisel brush, and what this is for is to lay down on the cheeks to chisel out a contour, and I did use that today with a NYX contour palette, with the Love Contours All palette, and I do like this. I like that there's, I'm not sure if you can see, but there's a little tiny dig here that really helps to hug the cheekbone, which I love a lot, but it is very dense, so if you're going to use a very pigmented contour, you definitely want to tap lightly because it will definitely go on super strong with this brush. A big difference between the Pro brushes from Moda and the ones that you can get at Walmart is that they are heavier. They don't seem to be any kind of different bristles or anything. They just kind of have that Pro weight to them that is very nice, that I personally prefer. So yay, great on the brushes, definite win there. Next we got a liquid lipstick from the Beauty Crop. It is what I'm wearing on my lips today. I honestly, I'm not sure if I'm a big fan of this lip with this eye, but I did want to show you because it did come in the box. I do like this. It is a little bit dry. I can definitely feel it on my lips throughout the day, and it doesn't fade super gracefully, in that if you eat or drink, you're definitely going to want to reapply because it does wear away on the inside. It's not overly drying. We don't have any stick to it anymore as it's drying down. There is a little bit of stick to it, but it's not sticky anymore, which makes me super happy. It does dry down completely matte. It is completely kiss proof on me. Like I can't get any product off my lips. The applicator is a typical doe foot, but I found that I really do like this applied with a lip brush because the formula is a little bit on the waterier side, even though it does go on fully opaque. Just a lip brush I find to apply this particular formula better. But overall, I do like this. It's an average to better than average liquid lipstick for me personally and my personal tastes. Next, we got an eyeliner from Bella Pierre, and I haven't had great luck with Bella Pierre as a brand. I don't think this is a bad eyeliner, but I do find that it's not quite as soft as I like personally. I find it a little bit difficult to apply on my lid without having to pull. It's definitely not the worst eyeliner ever. I mean, not at all. I mean, it definitely will apply, but it just kind of takes a little bit more pulling than I like. Wear time is pretty typical. As far as putting it on the lower lash line, I do see that it does tend to fall down onto my lower lid throughout the day, which I don't enjoy. So what I've been using this for is on the upper lash line. It doesn't smoke out super well though, and because of that, I don't really care for this liner, because if I'm gonna put it on my upper lash line, I wanna be able to smoke it out some, and it just takes a little work because the formula is a bit stiff. In the end, it's just kind of an average pencil liner, nothing out of the ordinary amazing. And the last thing that they gave, which was the big, oh my gosh, in here, is the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Volume 2 eyeshadow palette. I am wearing it on my eyes today. Again, I did have a demo that I was doing and forgot to hit the record button. I do like the way that it came out. I feel like this is a good eyeshadow palette. I'm not the biggest fan of Tarte eyeshadows overall, and this kind of falls into that. I feel like with the shimmery shades, you really do need to apply with a fingertip or a sponge tip applicator if that's your thing. With a brush, they don't really apply great as far as the overall pigmentation, especially the lighter shades. The darker shades apply a little bit better, but they are kind of patchy. So if you want that full opacity, you really need to use a fingertip. If you're just blending a little bit of product, you can definitely use a brush with these. These are all shimmer shadows, so in order to anchor the look, I did need to pull mattes from another palette just to kind of give me that matte transition, things like that, the matte brow bone shade. But overall, I mean, it's a good palette. It's a good palette. I am happy to have it, but it's definitely not one that I'm going to reach for a lot. So overall, was this worth $21 to me? Monetarily, it is definitely worth well over $21. And I think for you, it's going to be how much will you use this eyeshadow palette, I think is what is going to push it over the edge for you. For me, I don't think this was worth $21. For me, the only thing I'm excited about is the brush set. As far as everything else, I could have taken or done without kind of thing. I think the eyeshadow palette, like I said, is really going to push it over or under for you, whether you like the color scheme, things like that, because the eyeliner is kind of meh, the liquid lipstick is good, the eyelashes, it's really going to depend on you. I was really excited at first about this box, but then the more I got in and the more I tried things, the kind of the less excited that I was for everything. So overall, this was kind of a want box for me, and it's just because of personal preference, not because BoxyCharm didn't try to put a lot of high value items in here, because they totally did. So now that I've given you my full review of the August box, let's go ahead and show you what I got in September that I will be reviewing at the end of next month. First thing I see in here is the Studio Makeup Luminous Loose Blush. It says a silky lightweight blush that gives a pop of healthy radiance to the cheeks, and I am excited about this. I did hear good things from my friends in my Facebook group, which is facebook.com/group/whatsupinmakeup. They said great things about it, so I am excited to try it. I'm having trouble opening it. What is happening here? What is happening? This does look like a shade that I would definitely enjoy. It's kind of a peachy shade, which I think is beautiful going into fall, so I'm excited to try that. Next is the Briogeo Don't Despair Repair Deep Conditioning Mask. I have used this. I've tried this multiple times, and it's not intense enough for my hair. My hair needs something with a lot more oomph, with a lot more pizzazz, with a lot more hydration, and this just isn't enough for me. If you have oily hair, then maybe this would be a good one for you, but for me and my thin, dry hair, it's just not enough, so I'm not real excited about that, and I probably will just pass that on to someone who will enjoy it more. We also got a ColourPop liquid lipstick. This is an ultra satin lip in the shade Little Statigious. I don't know that word. I feel like I got a pretty good vocabulary and I don't know that word. And it is a milky baby pink, which is not a shade that I normally wear. What I'll probably try to do with this is top it over other lipsticks. Actually, let's go ahead and do that. Let's top it right over what we've got and see if we can calm this lipstick down a little bit, because it's a little crazy. That is opaque. Well, that was interesting. If you ever get a liquid lipstick in one of these subscription boxes that is either too light or too dark for you, consider mixing it with other lipsticks and liquid lipsticks that you currently own, because you really can make use of these, and this is something I know I will never wear on its own, I don't think. We'll try it, but I'm very skeptical. I do like it topped over this one though. I think it looks pretty. Next we got the Bare Minerals Perfecting Face Brush. I did own this at one point and I do believe I decluttered it. This was marketed with their serum foundation when it first came out. It was stupid expensive. It was one of my biggest regret buys because I just didn't see anything fabulous about it. It's not a bad brush in any way, but it's got like this little divot hole in there to drip the serum in, and I just thought it was very overpriced for what it was. But if you're getting this in a BoxyCharm, I mean, that's pretty awesome because it is a good brush. It's just at full price. It was like, oh my gosh, why did I do that to myself? It was just a big regret buy. I am happy to see it in a BoxyCharm because I think people that use it will really enjoy it. And the last thing in here is the Pure Soiree Diaries eyeshadow palette, and it looks like this. I have used it one time so far, and I can tell you it was not a good experience. I actually ended up covering up the look completely with other shadows because I really didn't like it. So I am going to have to try this at least 1 or 2 more times to see if I can make it work. But so far, this is going to be a huge no for me, which makes me sad because I've heard great things about Pure eyeshadows, and this one is not living up to that hype so far. But we will see next month. So I want to thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, definitely make sure you hit the subscribe button down below so you don't miss my BoxyCharm video next month. I will be linking my BoxyCharm review from last month right there in case you'd like to see my review of the July box and my unboxing of the August box. If you're not subscribed to BoxyCharm, that might be a great way for you to see what kinds of products they typically put in the boxes. So thank you again so much for watching, and mad love to you, and I will see you in a video soon.